What's going on, guys? Hope you guys are all doing well today. Thanks for viewing this channel. And today's video is a little bit different. It's just a video about student loans. For those of you who are students and you guys are trying to figure out how you're going to pay off your student loans and the burden of being in debt. So I just wanted to share a few things. On my website, I did post a video on just how I'm going to pay off my student loans, but I wanted to address why it's important to pay off your student loans. A lot of people tend to feel as though, I'm going to school, okay, you know what? I'll get my school done and then I'll pay off my student loans after. And although, I don't see anything, I'm not going to judge. The burden of being in debt is something that it's not something that's worth it. And I highly advise everyone to pay off your debts as soon as you can. And there's a few reasons, right? I'll just actually, I'll share my experience of student loans. So when I was going through my student loans, I was, I kind of went into it a little bit naive. I said, I'll go to school because I haven't been to school in a few years. And then from there, I decided, I'll go and, I'll get my student loans done. So I got my student loans done. I went to school for 1 whole year. And then by the time the year ended, I kind of got a little bit unmotivated. I realized, I don't really want to do photography. It's not something that I really want to get into. Sorry about that, guys. And as a result, I kind of just want to do something else. So when I left, I was like, man, here I am. I have $15,000 of student loans. I have no idea what I want to do anymore. What can I do? And this is the case with many people, and this is the case with so many different individuals, that are struggling to pay off their student loans. Student loan debt is not fun. It's not something that's that's glamorized. It's not something that should be something that it's not something that should be underestimated. It's something that's really, really I feel like it's a serious thing. So when I was going through my student loans, I was struggling in the sense that I wasn't able to move on with my life, and I wasn't able to move forward. I wasn't able to, start things because of the burden of being in student loans, right? So I had a 6-month grace period, and so basically my student loans ended in 2017 of September. I finished school in August 2017, so I had a 6-month grace period, so I didn't have to pay off my student loans until March. And initially, when I went into school, they said, "Oh, you don't have to pay any student loans with no interest." But as soon as I finished, I noticed that there was amounts being charged on my account. So I asked, "Why is it that my account is being charged?" And they're like, "Oh, we charge interest for the grace period." And then I told them they told me that they don't charge for the grace period, but in reality, that's actually what they did. And I had to, I think I was charged maybe 200, maybe I don't remember. It was maybe 200 for those 6 months because I was charged for that. So what happened was, and this is last year this time, I decided to take some action. I was like, you know what? It's December. I got a new job. I'm not getting paid like super amounts, but I'm going to start paying off my loans. So I had 2 or 3 months left for my grace period, and I said, you know what? Let's start paying off these loans. Let's get it done. Let's get it out of the way. So what I decided to do was I just put money in. I was like, you know what? Take that sacrifice. You want to go out and eat? Put it into your student loans. You want to go buy some new clothes? Pay off your student loans. You want to go buy this thing? Pay off your student loans. You want to go here? Pay off your student loans. So anytime I had an idea of doing something, I would pay off my student loans, except necessities and things that I needed to progress with whatever I'm doing with my career. So that's what I did. And then for the next 4 or 5 months, I was still working at that job, and I was calculating every single day, how am I going to pay off my student loans as fast as I can? And then I realized, man, if I work here, I'm going to have to pay off my student loans in 3 years, 3.5 years. So I realized, okay, you know what? I need a new job. I need to figure something out. So I got a new job, higher pay, and then I started calculating, okay, based on what I'm seeing, I'm going to pay off my student loans in September of next year. Perfect. But then I realized, oh, let's see. I'm starting to make some more money. Okay, let's start saving some of this money. Let's put this money aside. Let's kind of change it up to the point where now I'm on track to pay off my student loans in like 4 months. So I have 3 more payments to make, and that would be March. So that's like almost, that's almost like 6 months before the actual payment was meant to be done. So I'm excited. I can't wait to pay off my student loans. I can't wait to get out of the debt, which is why I wanted to make this video. I just wanted to explain to you guys 5 different ways I'm actually going to pay off my student loans. So the first step, like I said, it's make more money. So like I said, I got a new job and I'm getting paid more. So I'm increasing the loan payment. So I'm paying a lot more to my loans, and at the same time too, I'm putting in money aside so that the time when I make my last payment, I'll have some money remaining, and I'll have to put into those student loans, and that way I'm done. So that's my biggest plan right now. I made more money and I'm taking more gigs with my photography and my video. So that's something that I'm also doing as well. But that's something that I can emphasize. If you make some more money, then it's just going to make things a lot faster for you. And it's especially when you're in your 20s, like you want to be able to do as much work as you can and just accumulate as much as you can so that, later on you can start investing, you can start doing things like that. And for me, pay off my student loans will enable me to be on the plus side. So I won't have to think about debt on my side. Like I'll be able to make decisions and the loans won't be something that will drag me down. So the second one is increased loan payment. So when I was working at my first job, I was paying $400 a month. The minimum is I think 160 or 119 or something like that. So I said, you know what, let's pay $400 a month. So I decided to pay $400 a month. I was doing that for I think 4 or 5 months. So I paid off like I had $15,000 in debt, so 15. So I decided. So what happened was when I paid off those student loans, I was at a point where I was reaching, when I was paying off those student loans, I was, I probably paid off like maybe 1.5 thousand. And when I got this new job, I increased it to 1,000 at first. And I was like, you know what, let's increase to 1,000. And now I increased it to 1,500. So now I pay $1,500 a month, and that's recurring every single month, and I already paid my December payment, so all I have is January, February, March, and then plus the savings that I'm currently using to just accumulate, add more cash, and then when March comes around, I pay off my last payment, my monthly payment. I'll be able to use that remainder and put it into my loans. So that's one thing. I increased the loan payments, and I said before I was going to do 1,400, but now I decided to do 1,500. So that was a huge step for me. And the next one is small weekly payments. Honestly, that's something that's huge. It's highly underrated. It's something that people don't talk about. It's something that I think needs to be emphasized more. I decided, you know what? I'm going to start putting $12 a day. No, sorry. I'm going to start putting $12 a week to my student loans. So every Friday through my bank account, there's $12 that gets deducted from my bank account to my student loans. So when I come in and, coming on Tuesday, I see that the interest was paid off, because before I think it was like $2 or $3 that was interest a day that was being paid. And then after that, like it decreased to $1 now. So I'm paying $1 interest. So now that $12 is actually going a long way because it's paying off the interest. So because it's paying off the interest, I don't have to worry about all of the other stuff. And, I can make these payments with confidence that those payments are going to be good. Like interest is not going to eat it up, right? So that's a huge step. So that's something that I've been doing. I've been putting in $12 a day. And that's a weekly payment. I might increase it to 20 just because, I don't spend money on other things. I'm pretty frugal with my money, so I'm pretty responsible, and I feel like maybe I should increase those payments to $20. So we'll see what happens, but maybe I'll actually start doing that as I'm making this video. So the next one is the make sacrifices. So this is huge. Like I told myself I want to pay off my student loans before I do anything. So I told myself, you know what? Prioritize these student loans. Make this the real thing. You want to go travel? Wait. Pay off your loans, then go travel. You want to go to a sports game? You know what? Pay off your loans, then you can go to a sports game. You want to invest in this thing? You know what? maybe you should put a little bit into your loans and then put a little bit into those investments. You want to buy some food? Why don't you use that food money to go pay off your student loans? You want to go buy some new clothes? You have more than enough clothes. Why do you need more clothes? If you want to buy more clothes, pay off your student loans first. So I told myself, you know what? If you want all of these things, pay off your student loans, then you'll have the money to spend to get it, right? So that's what I've been doing. I've been eating at home. I've been, I haven't been going to restaurants. I haven't been spending like big money on anything. I haven't been buying like the latest clothes or the latest things. Like my phone, I have a Galaxy S6. I bought this laptop because it's giving me client work and I've been able to do that. But even the laptop, I spent like minimal amounts of money for it and it's doing more than enough. And, I've been doing a lot of different things like that. So it's going to take sacrifice, but it's also motivating to know, because when you're focused and when you want something, you go at it and you make it happen, and you're going to make those sacrifices. You're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. But when you do that, you're going to enable yourself to completely think outside of the box and figure out ways to increase or make things faster or shorten the learning curve. Like there's going to be so many opportunities that are going to come your way. And the last one is saving money to finish off. So like I said in the beginning, what I'm doing is I'm putting money into like another account, which is like I call it the opportunity account. And with that opportunity account, I put in $500 a month into that account. And right now it's at 1,000, but it's accumulating every single month. And then once March comes in, I'll have about 2,500 left I'll have 2,500 left in my loans. So what I'm going to do is by the time it hits March, I'll have about 3,000 on that account. I'll put whatever is the remainder on to the student loans. And then from there, I'm debt free. So this is something that I'm highly, highly ambitious about. Like this is not something that's like, and the reason why the reason why I'm so like, I really want to get through this is because being in debt it holds you back. It's something that I don't think anybody wants to be in. I feel like it's something that you just stay away from it. Don't try to get in debt. Make the money first and then go for it. Although I don't regret going back to school, everything that I have now is prior to going to school. It's because of everything that I have right now is definitely, school was definitely a big reason why. So school is definitely not something that I'm neglecting. My thing is, I wish I would have worked maybe while I was in school, or I wish I would have, done a little more to pay off my student loans while I was in school, to pay off earlier. But I mean, I'm going to pay off my student loans in 1 year. So there's nothing I can really, like, I can't say, oh, I regret it, but the experiences brought me to this point, and because of this, my money management's better. I'm more responsible. I have a vision for what I want to do, and yeah, so that's my plan to pay off my student loans. If you guys have any questions about how I'm managing if you guys have any questions on how I'm managing my money, feel free to leave a comment down. Like I said, I'm not perfect, but for me, this is probably one of my number one priorities. This is definitely something that's huge for me. I want to pay off my loans like every single day. I just calculate on my calculator because I just want to get rid of those loans, because I know that once I'm debt free, a lot of things will open for me. And it's not just because opportunities will open to me. A lot of opportunities have been coming to me, but it's because I'll have the choices to actually execute on those opportunities. There's a lot of things that I want to start. There's a lot of things that I want to get into. There's a lot of things that I want to do, but unfortunately, because I have debt, I have to take a little step back and I have to focus on paying off these debts before going after anything else. So like I said, guys, thanks for watching this video. If you found any value in this video, please share it with your friends. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys in a future video. Peace, guys.